If you take a medical test and the result comes back positive, saying that you have a disease, this means that you definitely have it, right? Wrong. You see, the tests are not perfect. They produce false positives, meaning they say you have the disease when you don't, and they produce false negatives, meaning they say you don't have the disease when you do. Consider this. If you have breast cancer, God forbid, the chance that a mammogram test would show a positive is around 90%. Now, say you're a woman.
I'm a woman.
And you go for a random checkup, and the mammogram result comes back positive. What's the chance that you actually have breast cancer? 90%, right? Wrong. The correct answer is around 9.4% only. That's right. Even with a positive mammogram result, the chance of you actually having breast cancer in that case is only 9.4%. So don't panic, don't freak out. You just need to take another test to verify.
But wait, Professor Shades, I'm confused now. I thought you said earlier that the probability is 90%.
Allow me to clarify. If you have breast cancer, then yes, there's a 90% chance that the test will come back positive. But if you randomly take a test and it shows positive, then the chance that you actually have breast cancer is only 9.4%.
What?
Huh? I'm guessing you're still confused. That is perfectly normal. I promise to make it clear in a minute. Promise.
Go with me on this because I've thought it through.
For my beloved nerds out there, if you are interested in the math behind this, I'm going to put up a slide at the end of the video. You can hit me up in the comments section if you want to discuss the calculations. Now, for the non-nerds, for the normal human beings, for the civilians, I will explain this concept in an intuitive way that doesn't require any math or any formulas. You hate math, don't you? All you need is common sense and a little concentration. So if you're doing the dishes while listening to this, I'm gonna have to ask you to slowly put the dish down and step away from the sink, ma'am. Or sir. Consider the following example. The supermarket in your neighborhood opens on the weekdays and is closed on the weekends. That is, Saturdays and Sundays. Say you go to the supermarket on a Sunday. What's the probability that it is closed? Answer, 100%. Easy. It's the weekend and they close on the weekends. Now, say you go to the supermarket one day and it's closed. What is the probability that it's a Sunday? Well, since it's closed, it must be the weekend. So it's either Saturday or Sunday. Two possibilities, 50-50. So the probability that it's a Sunday is 50%.
Simple math.
So to summarize, the probability that the supermarket is closed, given that it's a Sunday, is 100%. But the probability that it's a Sunday, given that the supermarket is closed, is 50%. You see, the two cases sound similar.
Seemingly.
But they are totally different questions. One is probability of A given B, the other is probability of B given A. It's the reverse. Similarly, the probability of having breast cancer given a positive test result is very different from the probability of a positive test result given that you have breast cancer. Do you see it now? It's like the supermarket. Most people confuse the two, even doctors. One study showed that 90% of doctors treated the two probabilities the same. In fact, one doctor persuaded 90 women to have their healthy breasts removed based on a similar misunderstanding of mathematics. He noted that 93% of breast cancers occurred in women who were in a certain high-risk group.
Mrs. Johnson, you are in a high-risk group. So there's a 93% chance that you will develop breast cancer. I strongly recommend that you undergo a mastectomy to remove your breasts before it is too late.
No, you idiot. I know, it is rude to call a person an idiot. My bad, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? New Year's resolution, have more manners. So let me rephrase that more politely. No, you moron. You are confusing the conditional probabilities. The probability of being in the high-risk group, given that you have breast cancer, is 93%, yes, but that's not the figure that we should be looking at. We should look at the probability of having breast cancer, given that you are in the high-risk group. The answer to that is approximately 1%. That surgeon cut their breasts off based on a tiny 1% risk. The genius thought it was a 93% risk, but it was really only a 1% risk. 90 women lost their breasts unnecessarily because this so-called doctor didn't understand math. Man, this makes me so mad. I mean, it's perfectly okay if a normal person confuses these probabilities. That's understandable. Math is tricky. But it's absolutely inexcusable for the doctor to make this mistake when it relates directly to his job. And doctors are supposed to be some of the brightest people in our society. I'm beginning to seriously doubt that after this display. Disclaimer. I am not saying that all doctors are bad and we should never set foot in a hospital. That would be irresponsible and factually wrong. Indeed, many doctors, perhaps most doctors, are highly competent and their job is very meaningful, respectable, and essential. Doctors are indispensable, really. Refusing to see a doctor when you have serious health issues would be quite foolish. So we should avoid the extreme of being totally cynical about doctors. However, we should also avoid the other extreme, that of blindly trusting everything a person says just because their title says doctor and they're wearing a white coat. Doctors are human and humans are fallible. So, when a doctor suggests a drastic procedure, it would behoove you to get a second opinion whenever possible. Let me know your thoughts and crazy medical stories in the comment section below. And please share this video with your loved ones. It might save them one day. Wishing you all great health and see you next time. It would behoove you to get a second opinion whenever possible. I like that word, behoove. Behoove. I always wanted to use it in a sentence.